Welcome to 30 minutes of incorrectly pronounced Final Fantasy character names. I have never played a Final Fantasy game other than Final Fantasy 15. I liked 15. I don't know if the true core audience of Final Fantasy fans likes that one. I think it was pretty well regarded when it came out, but most people speak about 6 through 10. That seems to be the core era of high quality classic Final Fantasy games. Now, I don't know a huge amount about them personally because I haven't played them, but I have friends who love these games, so I do know the essentials, let's say. I know Cloud, I know Tifa, I know Yuna, I know Tidus, I know Aerith, I know Sephiroth. Like, I know the core beats of 7 and a little bit outside of that. So I don't know much about Final Fantasy, but I do know about Magic the Gathering, and this set looks crazy. Now, let me just say, I pre-ordered a couple of boxes of these when it still cost RRP to get these boxes. So right now, these boxes are something like anywhere between £550 to £750 per box. If they'd been that price when I pre-ordered them, I would not have pre-ordered any. I just wouldn't have bothered with this set. I would have moved past it. I would have probably picked up a play booster box rather than collector boxes. I don't think... There is just no way this set is worth £700 and above. It just isn't. And I've seen a lot of people opening these collector packs so far and getting absolutely hosed. I've seen some terrible boxes. And the value's still kind of there right now because pre-release prices are crazy. And those prices will drop. So, I don't know. Unless you're hitting a serialized Chocobo or one of the Neon Ink Chocobos, I just don't think you're making £700 worth of value in 12 packs. I just don't think that's happening. But as I say, I got them for a semi-reasonable price, the RRP, the original asking price, so I'm happy to crack these open because realistically, I'm going to play with them. Now, I would like to hit a Chocobo. It doesn't need to be Neon, it doesn't need to be serialized, but I would like one for Necrobloom. I would like Aerith, I would like Cloud, I would like Sephiroth, I would like a Buster Sword. There are cards in this that I would love to hit, but I have seen people get absolutely wrecked by these boxes, so I'm not super hopeful. They can go one of two ways. Let's hope this box is good. I'm going to go rares through to commons, just the way the packs are packed, and I'm not going to spend too much time on the uncommons and the commons. We're really interested in the rares, the mythics, the cool stuff. Okay, kicking things off, we have Squall, Seed Mercenary. Why is the D capitalized? I imagine the Seed is some kind of shady organization within the world of Final Fantasy. Next up, we have a Farseek. That is our... I'll put the rares here. That is our first Through the Ages bonus sheet card. So a reprint of a classic Magic card with pretty gorgeous Final Fantasy art, to be perfectly honest. Really nice art. So that's Through the Ages. Ooh, that is an equipment I wanted. A-tier and Priwen, or Priwen. Equipped creature has base power and toughness XX, where X is your life total. So not a foil version, but still a very cool card. First, Mythic. Strago and Realm. Okay, little wizardy man there. Another rare. And another Squall Seed Mercenary. Is that the last rare? I think you get 6. It's not the last rare. Triple Triad into my land. Okay, so I think, yeah, 6 cards kind of sit within the realm of potentially being a rare or a mythic, but more often than not, your Through the Ages bonus sheet card is going to be uncommon. I think the lowest rarity for those is uncommon. So mythics, rares, Through the Ages, uncommon, common. Cool, here we go. Mountain, put lands down here. Crystal Fragments, Gaius Van Balsar. I think I'm going to nail these pronunciations, to be honest. Shantoto, Tactician Magician. Oh man, they're like tongue twisters. Barrett, I know Barrett. Barrett Wallace. Circle of Power. Sahagin. It's a merfolk, that's cool. Gooboo Gardener. Look at this guy. He's just basically just a mana rock, but he's a 1/3 for 2, and I can tap him to add 1 green. Alright, cool. And Sabo Tender. Looks like a pickle. Looks like a dill pickle. Very nice. Cool. Happy with this equipment. I'm looking at potentially building Cloud as a Voltron Commander. He's got a pretty cool ability. I'd love to hit him today. If not, I'm going to have to go and pay for a single. But you should just buy singles, really. Because, I mean, in this set, I think there's probably like 7 cards I want. Other things are great, but there's 7 cards I know I'd love. So I should just buy those and save myself tons of money. Okay, first up we have Jecht. Jesh? Jek. I don't know. Let's call him Jek. Jek, Reluctant Guardian. So this guy flips. Won't spoil the rest next to the card, but he flips over into a Braska's Final Eon. Gorgeous art on these cards. Like, even if you don't love Final Fantasy, like me, like, the art is absolutely stunning. Right, our Through the Ages card is a Chromatic Lantern. Just the worst card in the history of Magic the Gathering. It's not the worst card in the history of Magic the Gathering, but I've started removing it from a lot of my decks. I feel like just fixing the mana base is easier than putting this card in, or is better than putting this card in. But that is a gorgeous Chromatic Lantern. Transpose. Umaro, Raging Yeti. Minwu, White Mage. And Venat, Heart of Hydaelyn. I think that's the last one. Yeah, into the rare. And that flips into Hydaelyn, the Mother Crystal. Legendary god creature that's indestructible. Very nice. Another rare there. Now most of the... Oh, did I put all of... Were they all rare? Or was there a mythic in there? There wasn't a mythic in there. I think most people have been getting kind of 8 mythics, roughly, which seems to be the hit rate on most collector booster boxes in general. Summon Esper Ramu. Gyat, King of Dwarves. That's so close to being Gyat. I'm glad that it's not. Tifa's Limit Break. I think that's probably one that I'll put in my my counters deck, my 1/1 counters deck. Target creature gets +2/+2 into a turn. Double target creature's power and toughness into end of turn. Triple target creature's power and toughness to end of turn. Yeah, that's probably going to go into the 1/1 counters big green creatures deck. Graha Tia. Realms Sketching. There's a dinosaur on there. Are there dinosaurs in Final Fantasy? I guess there are. Another land. Oh, it's one of the towns. Enters tapped. Blue or black. Shinra. Reinforcements. I know about Shinra. Adventurer's Inn. And that's another pack. So yeah, I've watched probably like, I don't know, 30 odd videos of people opening this set now. And more often than not, people just aren't getting the big hits. You know, they're not getting Sephiroth, they're not getting Vivi, they're not getting Traveling Chocobo, they're not hitting Yuna, they're not hitting Aerith, they're not hitting Tifa, they're not hitting Kefka. They're just not getting those. They're not hitting Buster Sword. They're not getting the big hits. And I think you're probably going to have a higher chance of hitting those things in a regular play booster. You've got more packs. You're not so concerned about them all being foil. I think collector boosters probably, in this instance, aren't the way to go unless you really want Surge foil cards. And even then, you might get a crap Surge foil. Okay, first up is Dion. Bahamut's Dominant. The foiling on these is gorgeous. They look amazing. Particularly this one. Looks really, really nice. But you're looking for the Surge foils. But as I say, the Surge foils, if you get a Surge foil and it's a crap card, it kind of doesn't matter. So you need it to be like a Cloud or a Sephiroth, etc. Right, he flips into Bahamut, Warden of Light. Very, very nice. So he's a rare. Pop him there. Right, Through the Ages is Command Beacon. I got some nice kind of like Commander staples in these Through the Ages slots. Pretty cool. Mythic. Hey, there we go. So that's a nice Cloud. I don't think this isn't the Cloud I want to build around. I mean, I could. It would give me red and green as well. But the other Cloud has like double triggers for the equipment that's attached to him, which is I think cooler. But this guy's still very cool. When he enters, attach up to 1 target equipment to him. And whenever he attacks, draw a card for each equipped attacking creature you control. Then if Cloud has power 7 or greater, create 2 treasure tokens. It's a crazy ability. He is the face card for the Commander deck, but this is the nice version. Shame it's not in foil. Next up, we have Ultima. Origin of Oblivion. I think this is called like woodblock style. This artwork, I'm not sure why it's called that, but it does look absolutely stunning. Again, wish that was foil. Into Firion, Wild Rose Warrior. He's pretty cool looking. He looks like a typical Final Fantasy bloke. Into Edgar, King of Figaro. Not my favourite Magic the Gathering Edgar. And into my land. Very nice. Cool. Got a cloud, so already this box isn't a complete blowout. Stolen Uniform. It feels like the foiling is different in this set. Like, I don't know, it just can't quite capture on the camera, but it looks really clean. Looks really kind of matte almost. Uncommon, Torgal, Fine Hound, Vanille, Cheerful. Oh, I wouldn't even try and say that. Cheerful Ice, or is it an L? I'm gonna say Ice, Icy. Black Waltz number 3. Very cool. It's got like a black mage on it, but it isn't Vivi. Dragoon's Lance. Balam T-Rexor. There must be dinosaurs in the Final Fantasy world. I did not know that. Sages Nulliths. And Blitzball. That's pretty cool. Add 1 mana of any colour, sacrifice the artifact to draw 2 cards, but activate only if an opponent was dealt combat damage by a legendary creature's turn. So you've scored a goal on somebody, and then you get to draw a couple of cards. Cool. One of the other cards I really kind of want to hit is Ishtola. She's the face commander card for, again, one of the commander decks. But there's a really nice kind of like this kind of character profile borderless version for her that I want for that deck, because I do like these. So, right, first up we have a Jill, Shivers Dominant. I don't know if you better see that on the... Yeah, you can. Some kind of like little like dots around her. They look like kind of like fairies from like Legend of Zelda or something, but they look really nice on the foiling. Really nice. Haven't hit a mythic in this front slot yet, but I think I'm only, what? This is the 4th pack, 4 packs in. That's where the big hits are. This first slot can be Travelling Chocobo, etc. Right, she turns into Shiva, Warden of Ice. Flips over. Lots of flip cards in this set. Okay, Through the Ages is Danitha, Capuchin Paragon. Another mythic, Go-Go. I think this guy's pretty cool. So 2 and a blue. You pay XX, and you'd half the amount that you paid in. So if I pay 2, the total X cost is 1. If I pay 4, the X cost is 2. So whatever you pay into it, you kind of half it. So for each X, that's what it is. Tap him, copy targeted ability, targeted, activated, or triggered ability you control X times. You may choose new targets for the copies. He's pretty cool. You could do some funky stuff with him. Love that. Alright, pop him there. Another mythic. Summon Magus Sisters. Cool. I like the summons because they're creatures, but they're also kind of enchantment sagas. So as they move through, you get all these abilities, and then when it gets to the end, though, they're gone. So you lose the creature at the end, but they do the cool abilities. Ultimate Magic Meteor. The Masamune. That is Sephiroth's sword. Very cool. As long as equipped creature is attacking, it has first strike and must be blocked if able. Equipped creature has, if a creature dying causes a triggered ability of this creature or an emblem you own to trigger, it triggers an additional time. Also very, very cool. It's built to work very well with Sephiroth. Cool. There we go. Final Fantasy 15. I know that one. There's the car. The regalia. Fenrir. Fang. Fearless. He's got that bloody word in it as well. Lice? Ice? I couldn't tell you, mate. Oh, melds. It's a meld card. Does the hold on a second. Hold on, I've got the other. There she is. Hey, there we go. We flipping Exodia'd it. Look at that. Wait, do these actually go together? He melds with cheerful, and she is cheerful, but that does not meld. I guess it's because his is the like full profile border art, and hers is just like the regular bog standard version. He's uncommon. Cool, they meld together. Very nice. Chocobo Racetrack, Cargo Ship, Evil Reawakened, Lunatic Pandora, and Combat Tutorial. Oh, there's always one more. Vincent's Limit Break. Vincent Valentine. Alright, what we got next? I just want to hit a mythic in this front slot. Like that's where the big things can be. There's no chance in hell of hitting a serialized Chocobo. There's only, what is it, 77 of them? It's such a low number. It's wild. So ain't happening today. Yeah, that is one of my chases though. In foil as well. Jumbo Cactuar, the meme. It's such a meme card. So whenever it attacks, it gets 9,999 to its power and plus 0 to its defense until end of turn. So give it trample, you're taking someone out straight away, but it costs 7. So it's not like you're going to get this out turn 2 and wipe someone out. Well, I haven't done the math. You probably can't. But that is one of my chase hits. Very happy with that. Ooh, got a mythic in the Through the Ages slot next, which is cool. Oh, Nyx Bloom Ancient in the foil, baby. That is a great card. It is a fantastic card. So if you tap a permanent for mana, it produces 3 times as much of that mana instead. Woo! That is gorgeous. That's a cool hit. Okay. We love a mythic in the Through the Ages slot. Cool. Very nice. Blitzball Stadium. Sin, Unending Cataclysm. Flying Trample as it enters. Remove all counters from any number of artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. Sin enters with X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is twice the number of counters removed this way. Holy hell. Fire Crystal. Oh, why am I putting the uncommons? Oh, I've gone wrong now. Look, I've gone completely wrong. Fire Crystal, very nice. I want the blue one of these because I think that would work perfectly in my Captain Garthrod milling deck. Milling and stealing. Cool. Fire Crystal into Bart's and Boko. Affinity for birds. When Bart's and Boko enters, each other bird you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. Very, very cool. There's lots of bird stuff in this deck, which makes sense with the Chocobos, but... Oh, okay, there we go. First Surge foil, but it's in the uncommon slot. So, like I was saying, this isn't going to do much value-wise. Whatever price like flashes onto the screen right now, just kind of almost ignore that. Like, we're in pre-release price season, so all the prices I've got for this video won't be super accurate. Or they're accurate at time of recording, but they'll just drop through the floor within a couple of weeks. So, but yeah, hitting one of the Surge Falls in the uncommon slot isn't really what you want. It's not the end of the world, but you want a rare or a mythic. Garnet, Princess of Alexandria, Ring of Lucy. Oh, it's a really expensive soul ring. But you can pay 2 and pay 1 life to tap a target non-land permanent. That's pretty cool. Sandworm. Love a Sandworm. Phoenix Down. I remember that. I know that from Final Fantasy. Land. Aerith. Rescue Mission. That's cool. Like all the little frame breaks on the side where they're like appearing. Really nice. And Town Greeter. Got the amount of cards right that time. Haven't seen these Sids yet. The character Sid, you can get like... Oh, it's something ridiculous. There's like 20 plus different versions of him or something in the set. It's the same card, but the art is different. Okay, oh, look at that token. I might put that in my cat dog deck, just because the token itself is just really nice. Are you focused? What are you doing? Are you being focused on this? You kind of are. I can never tell if my camera's focused. Right, first up we have... Oh, okay, so that's a Surge Foil in the rare slot. I don't think it's one of the crazy ones, to be honest. Price on the screen might tell you otherwise. Arden the Usurper. 5 and 3 black. Demons you control have Menace, Lifelink, and Haste. Crazy for a demon deck, but he is expensive. I mean, he's not coming out for any cheaper than 8, is he? Beginning of combat on your turn, exile up to 1 target creature card from a graveyard. If you exile a card this way, create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 5/5 black demon, and it would have Menace, Lifelink, Haste. Cool. First Surge Foil in the rare slot. Happy with that. Right, back to uncommons in the Through the Ages slot. And then we have a Nature's Claim. Classic pixel art from Final Fantasy VI. Very cool. Conformer Shuriken. Into a Blue Mage's Cane. Into a Eye of Nidhogg. Into Excalibur 2. I prefer Excalibur 1 from the Assassin's Creed set. Excalibur 2 I don't think is as good. Whenever you gain life, put a charge counter on Excalibur 2. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each charge counter on Excalibur 2. So this is from Final Fantasy IX. Is the sword in the game called Excalibur 2, or is it called Excalibur, but Magic the Gathering have had to call it Excalibur 2 because an Excalibur already exists within the game? That's the question that I need answers to. Land, lovely cave there. Zidane, Tantalus Thief. I do love these full art profile cards, these like borderless profile arts. I think they're lovely, even the uncommon ones look fantastic. Stolen Uniform, seen that one before. Ride the Shoopuff, or Shoopuff. Whenever a land you control enters, put a 1/1 count on target creature you control. Okie dokie, that works very well with Tifa. Ultras Obnoxious Octopus. Always need more octopus creatures in Magic. Reno and Rude. Syncopate. Summon Girlfriend Ifrit. And Namazu Trader. I know that isn't girlfriend. I don't know, that's not what that stands for, but I see GF and that's why. Look at this little man, look at this fish bloke. Look at him. What a happy little guy. When he enters, you lose 1 life and create a treasure token. So, cool. Right, halfway there. I think the biggest hit so far is the Alternate Cloud, or probably the Nyxbloom Ancient. Watch it be this bloody Arden the Usurper, just because prices are so inflated right now. Like, that's the kind of card where I look at it and I'm like, yeah, it's cool. Really specific. Like, I spat on the table there. Really specific, only really good for, like, well, demon decks, demon tribals. But, like, right now, it'll be so expensive. And, like, it's a card that doesn't command the value that it's probably got right now. And I think a lot of the cards are like that. Cool. Another Squall, but this time he is in the Surge Foil. The Surge Foils look really nice. And, again, camera won't fully capture it, but it kind of looks like how a textured card looks when the foil, when the Surge, like, hits it. Really cool. What is this bloke do? I've got like 3 of him now. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double strike until end turn. That's pretty cool. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. He's pretty cool, but again, I wouldn't say that it commands probably what the value of this card is right now. Into a Laboratory Maniac. Very cool. I don't really like the art on this card, but the card itself is very good. Some of these cards are very hit and miss with their art. Oh, okay. Got a Mythic with a Surge Foil. Don't know if that's one of the better ones. That is Final Fantasy VI, so probably, I know that's a bit of a beloved one. And this is Celeste, Rune Knight. Oh, the Surge Foil on her is crazy. Catch it at the right light, it goes absolutely bonkers. When she enters, discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards +1. That's very good. Whenever 1 or more other creatures you control enter, if 1 or more of them entered from a graveyard or was cast from a graveyard, put a 1/1 counter on each. Okay, so her abilities are good. So I could see this potentially being one of the better ones. It is a commander card, though. You will get this in the commander decks. But that with a Surge Foil, I imagine that's probably fairly well priced and it might hold some of that value. Into a Stillskin, Moogle Merchant. Love these little guys. They're very, very cute. Wrecking Ball Arm. Barrett wrecking everything in his way. Midgar. City of Mako? Mako? Used to say Mako. That's what people at school used to say when I was playing Resident Evil and everyone else was playing Final Fantasy. Land. Prompto. My boy, Prompto. He's from the one I've played. Uncommon. Prompto. Again, it's a 15 pack. Oh, it's the same card. Brilliant. I love duplicates. Ultimacia. Time Sorceress. She flips into Ultimacia Omnipotent. Judge Magister Gabranth. Summon Shiva. I know Shiva. Very cool. Call the Mountain Chocobo. Is that like the first Chocobo I've seen? Where are all the Chocobos? Give me some Chocobos. Is it because I'm calling them Chocobos and it's actually Chocobos? Gigantode. I'll start calling them Chocobos, and hopefully I'll see like hundreds of them in the next few packs. 5 mythics so far, 4 here and 1 in the Through the Ages slot, the Nyxbloom Ancient. Curious to know what the biggest hit is so far. Probably this Celeste, but we will see. Rare, kicking us off. Balthier and Fran. There they are, Human Rabbit. Balthier and Fran into a Venza, Shaper Savant, Master Zandi. Very cool. I love the art on these. They're gorgeous, absolutely fantastic. Won't be for everyone, but it is for me. Kuja, Genome Sorcerer. He taps into. Didn't want to see what the back was. Trance Kuja, Fate Defied. Cool. Realm Reborn. Other permanents you control have tap for mana of any colour. Turns everything into a little mana rock. Lice Hexed. Cool. And Clive's Hideaway, a rare land. I'm still going to put the lands in the land pile. Oh, Wastes. That's very nice. That's really nice, actually. Final Fantasy 16. Eden, Seat of the Sanctum. They're just gorgeous art. Even some of these uncommons just look fantastic. There's probably a little bit of value in these, but I do expect most of them to drop through the floor. Fuck off. I hate it. I hate when that happens so much. Shouldn't be allowed. Colosseum Behemoth. Unless it's like Sephiroth full borderless into Sephiroth non-full borderless. Like, that's acceptable. If you're going to get a dupe, at least make it an expensive dupe. Charlian, Nation of Scholars. Hecteyes. It's just a blob of eyes. When this creature enters, each opponent discards a card. Alright. And I'm not even going to bother trying to say that. Guardosalam? Guardosalam. It's got to be Guar, because it's spelled like guava. I don't know. Guardosalam. Right, 4 packs left, including this one. Come on, something crazy. It's not crazy, but I think it's a Surge Foil again. That is pretty crazy. I mean, compared to some of the boxes I've seen, this one's actually okay. Like, that's a good Surge Foil to hit, Tifa Lockhart. Like, this is a card people want to drop. It does something really cool. It could be very powerful in the right deck. And it's a Surge. Like, I think that one probably right now will have a crazy value. That crazy value will come down, but I imagine this one will sit at a pretty high value. That is cool. And that's a card I really wanted as well. Damn! Tifa looking pretty nice there. Into another one of these. Laboratory Maniac. We've got a foil version this time. Mythic. Okay, doing alright here. Tidus. Now, that is just the commander card. So I have that already. I grabbed the Ishtola deck, the Cloud deck, and the Tidus deck. Because I was like, these things are going to be impossible to get hold of, so I'll just get the ones I might potentially want. Mythic. Shadow, Mysterious Assassin. It's a 3-cost Death Touch, 3/3. Pretty cool. And Ruban, Bull of Alamigo. Very nice. And Balam Garden Seed Academy. That D, what does that D mean? Right, planes. I had considered, so I got a couple of these boxes, because I say I bought them at the original asking price. And I'd considered just keeping one sealed. I don't think I will. I'm always like, oh, but the value's going to go up. You could sell it for $1,000, make like 3 times what you paid for it. But I play the game. Like, I enjoy playing the game. I think I'd prefer to have the cards, but then maybe I sell it, I buy more cards. I don't know. I never know what the right thing is to do. But I play the game and I enjoy opening the packs, so I think I will just open the packs rather than keep it sealed. But we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Give it an hour, it'll be open on this desk and I'll be sleeving everything up. I can't resist. Okay, 3 packs left, including this one. First up, we have another Mythic. I think it's a Surge again. Oh, so another really good... This box is actually decent. This is a decent box. Lightning, Army of One in Surge. Damn, I'm very happy with that. I'm happy with this box. Tifa and Lightning in this, and an alternate Cloud, not in foil, but still. Very, very cool. Lightning, Army of One in Surge. Yeah, brilliant card. 3 cost, first strike, trample, and lifelink, and when she deals combat damage to a player, until your next turn, if a source would deal combat damage to, or any kind of damage to that player, or a permanent that player controls, it deals double damage to that player instead. So you basically mark someone, and then if everyone else hits them, they take double damage. Very nice. That's such a cool hit. Okay, and that's a Mythic Surge Foil. So I've got 2 Surge Foil Mythics, and 1 really good Surge Foil rare. Strixhaven Stadium, land in the Through the Ages sheet. Joshua, Phoenix's dominant. He flips into something. He flips into a Phoenix. Who would have thunk it? Phoenix, Warden of Fire. The Wandering Minstrel. I've seen this card like 1,000 times. Everyone gets one of him at least in their boxes. Most people get a few. He takes up the rare slot and kind of it's just a bit sad. Conformer Shuriken. There we go. Water Crystal. I needed that one. Blue spells cost 1 less to cast, and if an opponent would mill 1 or more cards, they mill that many cards plus 4 instead. Very nice. Okay, that was a good box. Good box. Summon Choco and Mog, or /Mog. Love that. That's a really cool enchantment creature as well. There's good stuff in this set. It's a very good set. Most of the unboxings I've seen, people haven't looked at these cards at all. They've just kind of flown past them. Not interested because they're just looking for, oh, look, Black Chocobo. If only it was the actual Black Chocobo that's worth like $4 grand right now. Yeah, most people are like blowing past these cards. They're just not interested in the commons and uncommons. And I get it from like a YouTube point of view. You want the engagement. You just want to show the big hits, and hopefully you want to hit something massive and go viral. But I think that they're all worth looking at, or at least showing the art, because the art's gorgeous, and people want to see that. I think probably a smaller percentage of people than the people that want to just see the big hits, but I want to see the good stuff. Cool, 2 packs left, and then this box is done. And then I probably will. Well, I will definitely open one more, but will I open the third one? That's the question. Okay, first up we have a rare, and it is Triple Triad. Right, back to the stuff that isn't great. Triple Triad into Finn the Fang Bearer. Uncommon. Another Balam Garden Seed Academy. Oh, a nicer Sin Spira's or Spira's Punishment. Not foil, but still very, very cool. Into a Sid Free Flyer Pilot. Now, this isn't the Sid that can have loads of different variant arts. That one's an uncommon. This is a rare. And Teller Great Sage into the land. Very nice. Alright. Ooh, that's a cool one. Omega Heartless Evolution. Big robot thing. When Omega enters, for each opponent, tap up to one target non-land permanent that opponent controls. Put X stun counters on each of those permanents, and you gain X life, where X is the number of non-basic lands you control. What a cool card. Expensive, but very cool. Zach Fair from Final Fantasy VII. Eden, Seat of the Sanctum. Summon Esper Ramu. Ether. Ether? It's got to be Ether. Aether would have an A. I've put stuff in all the wrong places. Look, I've just lost it. I've lost my bloody mind. Crossroads Village. Black Mage's Rod. And Fate of the Sun Crystal. Very nice, right. Last pack. I don't believe in last pack magic. I think I've had my good cards in this box. But it would be cool to hit something big as well in this pack. So it looks like I've got one mythic in the through the ages slot. I'll count everything up in a minute, but through the ages you really do get primarily uncommons, it would seem. Right, does this last box have anything cool for me? Starting with a rare, and it is a land. Doesn't bode well. Jador Aristocratic Capital. Into another Farseek. I think we've seen that one already. Into Bannon, Returner's Leader. Darkness Crystal. That's cool. That's cool. Happy with that. That's 3 of the crystals down in one box. Same thing. Black spells cost 1 less to cast, and if a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead and gain 2 life. Maester Seymour. Love it. And Astrologian's Planisphere. Cool. That's it. That's the whole box done. I'll start summing up now as we go through. Yeah, okay, that box wasn't that bad. Like, I've seen way worse. Again, don't pay too much attention to the prices that you've seen on the screen and the total price that you're probably seeing right now. Very inflated right now. When pre-release is all said and done and the set's been out for a couple of months and things will calm down. The cards that people actually want because they're playable will hold their price or rise in price. And everything else that was just kind of pumped on hype will start to die off. One thing to note is the fact that the Surge foils can only be attained in collector boxes. So I do comfortably believe that Tifa and Lightning, both in Surge, will hold some value. So if these were like big-ish money cards, I think they will hold a lot of that, or at least a good portion of it. But yeah, no big hits here, no Chocobos. Didn't get a single Traveling Chocobo. Didn't hit VV, which is another big hit, and didn't get the Cloud, which is the one that I want to build a Commander deck around. So Mythic-wise, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 there, and then 1 in the Through the Ages slot. Through the Ages was uncommon, 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 rare, uncommon, uncommon, mythic, uncommon, rare, rare, uncommon. So you mainly get in uncommons there, but I did get 1 mythic, so 9 mythics total. And then rares, nice big pile of them. And 3 of them happened to be Surge foils. Hopefully you've enjoyed. If you have, please do leave a like, leave a comment, hit subscribe, all that good stuff. I will try and upload more on this channel. I have been neglecting it. My normal VR channel has been my focus. But I will get back to uploading Magic content Well, now, because I've uploaded this. Take care. See you soon for another one. I will open all these boxes and get more posted up. So this is number 1. Number 2 come in at some point, unless I choose to upload them in a different order. Cool. Peace. See you later.